So Google recently released Gemini 3 and now you can build a full voice AI agent for free using just a few simple prompts. And when you pair it with a no-code platform like N8N, it becomes even more powerful. And the whole setup is super beginner friendly with no coding at all. Let me show you a quick demo of what this voice AI agent can do, and I'm going to walk you through the whole process step by step.
Thank you for calling Brightwire Electric. This is Sarah. How can I brighten your day?
Hey Sarah, my kitchen lights just completely went out. Is there a way you can send somebody to fix it?
I can certainly help with that. What is your name, please?
John Doe?
Thank you, John. What is the phone number you would like to be reached with?
510-335-2211.
Perfect. And what is your email address?
johndoe@gmail.com.
Thank you. What day would you like an appointment?
Is there a way, do you have any availability tomorrow for 9 a.m.?
Okay, let me check to see if that time is available. That time is currently not available. The available times I found are from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and after 2 p.m. Please let me know which time works best for you to schedule the repair for your kitchen lights.
Yeah, let's do at 12 p.m. please.
Your kitchen lights repair appointment is scheduled for tomorrow at 12 p.m. Is there anything else I can help with?
No, that's all. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, John. Thank you for calling Brightwire Electric.
All right, perfect. So as you saw, it was able to reach out to my N8N AI agent in the backend. So that way it checks on my calendar. And then after it provided, I specifically asked it for 9 a.m. to make sure that it understands that if a calendar is blocked or if the schedule is busy, then it says, or it gives the available times that a person can schedule. And then also as soon as I gave it that time, what it did was it went ahead and scheduled the repair on my calendar with the title and then also with the email. And it also sends an email. Obviously, John Doe is a fictitious email. So if I go to my email, it does send this email, as you can see right here, but it says mail delivery subsystem. The message wasn't delivered, but as you can see, it does send that confirmation email to that, the email that the user provides. So super useful. Like I said, this part, the N8N part is what kind of makes this a bit more powerful. But again, this is optional. You don't have to do the N8N part, but I'm going to show you regardless step by step how to start with the front end building with our Gemini and Google Studio, which again is free right now. And they give you a free tier, but on top of that, even with the paid, they offer you a $300 credit. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started with build this thing step by step. All right, so we're going to start by building the front end first using Gemini 3. So head over to Google AI Studio. I'm going to put the link in the description and click on that, or you can just head over to aistudio.google.com/apps. It'll bring you right here. This is essentially the vibe coding part of Gemini 3. It's absolutely incredible. But once you come here, the first thing is we're going to start with giving it the first prompt to build kind of the website or the front end, right? So you can use ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini app itself to come up with the initial prompt. It could be something as simple as build me a website with voice AI agent for an electric company or a plumbing or whatever it may be. I'm just going to quickly head over to my community because I already used this prompt. So I'm just going to copy this. And by the way, once I paste this, you can just pause the video and you can just copy this as well if you choose to. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to paste this. Okay, so I'm just going to click on build. So now this is going to go ahead and build in the front end. So let me just quickly go over what this initial prompt is. And by the way, you can just pause the screen, take a screenshot of this so you can just put this prompt if you want. But essentially, I'm just saying create a website that focuses on electricians based on the agency that I'm currently running, which is a voice AI agency that offers these services to electrical companies, right? So I'm just saying make sure site includes two distinct voice agents, the electricians that can test themselves, and then the front desk, so there's two, the front desk electrician assistant that handles everyday scheduling and questions, and the second should be emergency electrical dispatch agent. Now that one I didn't test yet, but I'm going to show you how to do it. Basically, this is the emergency one. So if I start the call again, this is going to be kind of the same thing, except it's for emergencies, and a lot of times it will just tell the user that, oh, call 911 or something simple, right? But the front desk assistant is the one that's going to be connected to N8N that can actually check your schedule and schedule appointments and everything. All right, so while this is loading, let's go ahead and take care of the backend with N8N. So I'm just gonna actually expand this. All right, so for those of you who are not familiar with N8N, N8N is a no-code platform. I'm gonna put the link in the description. You can check out, or you can click on that link and you'll be able to create a free account for 14 days. It has the ability to self-host as well, but I've done multiple videos on those, so feel free to check that out. All right, so once you create your account, you'll basically come right here. So this is your canvas. So what we're going to do is we're going to build an AI agent that will be able to reach out or have access to our Google Calendar, and you'll be able to interact with our voice agent that we build using Gemini, using the vibe coding app via webhooks. So webhooks are basically a form of communication and then that you can interact with external applications. So that's as simple as that is. All right, so let's go ahead and see what this built. All right, so it just says allow this app to request access to microphone. Yep, I'm just gonna click on allow, and there you go. Now we created this brightwire.ai, never miss a call, never miss a job. Really nice, like front-end application here, or front-end website here. In the bottom you have two agents, right? You have one front desk assistant and you have an emergency dispatch. The front desk is called Alex and the emergency dispatch is called Marcus. So now the reason why this is such a powerful, and during the demo you saw that the latency was actually very, very low, and that's because it's using the Gemini 2.5 Flash, which is one of the fastest model when it comes to voice agents. So that's why it's, you know, it's really powerful to kind of have everything being built by the same company, which again Google's been releasing amazing AI products recently with Gemini 3, Nano Banana Pro, and then of course it already had Google's Gemini 2.5 Flash, which is one of the fastest models. Okay, so let's go ahead and now test this thing out. So I'm just going to click on test. Hello.
Hello, my name is Alex, and I'm a front desk assistant for Brightwire Electric. How can I help you today?
All right, perfect. So it looks like it's working. If you want the AI agent to speak first, then you can just add a simple prompt and just say, hey, as soon as the customer clicks on speak with the agent should greet the customer by saying hello or something like that, right? But I'm just going to leave it as it is because I don't want to make this video too long. The great thing about a coding assistant or this voice or this Gemini app is that you can go back and forth and keep making changes to make sure that this app becomes even extremely powerful. And you can also test the emergency dispatch, but that's fine. I'm just going to focus on this. Let's go ahead and now build the backend here. All right, so what I'm going to do is we can always start by, let me make this a little smaller. So the first step is going to be our webhook. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go quickly and download. So I'm going to go back to my community, go to the bottom here. I'm just going to click this N8N blueprint. So I'm just going to download this voice agent, and then I'm going to show you how to build this in each node. So I'm just going to click on download, so that way I can bring it over here. So I'm going to go to my N8N now, click on these three dots so I can import from file. And there you go. I'm just going to bring this over. Perfect. All right. So this is the entire workflow. The first step is the webhook, and then it's connected to AI agent, and AI agent has access to my Google Calendar. Okay. So now the first step is going to be the webhook here. So every N8N AI automation starts with the webhook. So the way to add that, you're just going to click on the plus button here, and you're just going to search for webhook. There you go. So I'm just going to grab this. And the way this works is each webhook has a URL, so the test URL and production URL. Obviously, if you put this on production, then you want to make sure that you're providing the right URL to your voice agent front end, right? But for us, I'm just going to use a test, make sure the HTTP request is post. And then here, this is the path. So whatever I put right here, as you can see, the path changes there, okay? So in this particular workflow, though, if I go to the webhook, I've just put the path as test. So this is the URL that I'm going to post, right? Which is basically my app webhook test/test. So if I just copy this, right? So that's how you can now put this in the front end here. So let me go back to my voice agent here. There you go. So now what we need to do is the second part of this is to add a prompt that says if when the customer is interacting with this voice agent, all of that information, or the scheduling part and checking the schedule to see the available times, should be sent over to our backend in N8N via that webhook that we just copied. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that prompt there. So I'm going to go back to my community here. So this is the second step, right? So I'm going to say prompt to check the schedule and appointment. So I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to show you exactly what this is. So copy this long prompt here. And again, you don't have to do this part, and you don't have to mention this long prompt, but I'm just gonna go ahead and paste this, and I'm gonna show you what this is. So I'm just gonna press enter here, send prompt. So let me quickly go over it, and this is where you can again feel free to pause the video and copy this prompt as well. So I'm saying whenever a customer wants to schedule an appointment or asks for a specific date and time, the voice agent must follow this workflow. Collect all the required fields. So we need to collect the name, phone number, email, date and time, request the description of the issue, make sure that the agent collects these and confirms them, sends the booking request to N8N via post, right? And then also I'm saying after collecting all the fields, the agent must say, let me check the schedule for you, one moment, or something like that. Then the agent must send the post request to this webhook. And this webhook is basically the webhook right here. This is the URL that we just copied, right? So now, and then it's saying wait for response from the webhook. So this is going to be the response that the N8N workflow is going to send to us, the AI agent is going to send to us. And here's an example that I'm providing, and I'm going to say wait for the response again, relay the new message. If no response is received, it looks like a scheduling system is no longer than expected, blah, 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 or something like that, right? So this is just an example prompt that you can provide there, but it just gives you, it covers all the basics. We make sure that we're sending this payload, this JSON payload with the name, phone number, email, and all that stuff back to our AI agent in the backend via the webhook. So that way it grabs that information. So now while this is being built for the second prompt, let's go ahead and now take a look at the second step. So the second step is our AI agent. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a look at this. So if I want to add that AI agent, I'm just going to copy it, click on AI, and click on AI agent. So this is the AI agent in N8N. It gives you the ability to add a chat model. So this is essentially the brain of the AI agent, a memory and a tool. The tools are where we can add our Google Calendar events, right? So let's go ahead and add a chat model. I'm going to press click on the plus button here, and this is going to open up all these different chat models that we have access to. So I'm going to go ahead and you can use Google Gemini chat model. I'm just going to use my OpenAI because everything is already loaded. I'm just going to leave it as GPT 4.1 mini. So memory, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to add anything. The tools, I'm just going to add two tools here. And one is going to be the get events, and one's going to be the book meeting. So the way to add that, you're going to click on the plus button on the tools, and you're going to look for Google. And there it is, this Google Calendar tool. I'm going to click on this. All right, so the way to add your credentials here is you just click on new credentials, and this is where you can click on this sign in with Google. It will have like a little pop-up, then ask you to allow N8N to access your Google. All you have to do is just click on that and click on save, and your Google Calendar will be attached to this N8N AI agent, which is super simple now to do. Afterwards, the tool description, you're going to set it automatically as it is. Resource, you're going to leave it as event. Operation, we're going to click on this and click on get many, because we want to get all of the different events or the schedule events that's in our Google Calendar, right? The second one is going to be now calendar. So this is where you can now select your own calendar. So if you loaded your account properly, this should load your calendar. So I'm just going to use mine. All right, and then afterwards, all of these other options. The great thing about N8N AI agent now is that it gives you this little button on the right hand side here. It says let the model define this parameter. So I'm just going to click on this, click on after and before, and this will automatically like select based on the query or based on the information that's coming in from the webhook, right? So that's a great thing about the AI agent now, that it will automatically define everything. You can click on add description if you want to add some description here. So I'm just going to leave it as it is for now. Okay. All right. So that's the checking the schedule, right? So that was basically checking the schedule part. Now I'm going to also you can also change this, right? You can change the name just like I have here to get events or book meetings. And I'm going to show you why you want to change the name of the tools here. So let's go ahead and now at the second one, which is going to be book a meeting. So I'm going to click on the plus button again, same thing. I'm going to look for Google Calendar. There you go, Google Calendar tool. So this time it's going to be, the operation is going to be create, right? Because we're creating an event here. So I'm gonna leave it as create, select my calendar. Again, I'm gonna, same thing, click on this, let the model define this parameter, this one too. Now, very important here, you need to add additional fields because we need to be able to give the event a title and then also a description and also the email of the attendee, right? So you're gonna click on events here, or add field here. You're going to click on attendee. You're going to click on another add field and you're going to click on description and one more, and this is going to be the summary right there. Okay, same thing, you're just going to click on these little buttons right next to it and this will automatically define everything. The AI will automatically define all of that, so you don't have to worry about it. All right, so that was the second one. This one is optional. SERP API is basically giving your agent access to Google or the internet, so that way if it wants to search something, it can certainly do that. So the AI agent prompt is very important. So now that you have the tools here, let's go inside the, actually I can just add the SERP API too, so that way it looks identical. There you go. This is just basically attaching your SERP API account. Again, this is totally optional. You don't have to do this. I just added this just for kind of to give this access in case a user is asking something for the internet or any information from the internet. So now inside the AI agent, if I double click on this, you can see now that the source, it says prompt user. And then one important thing is like, so before, instead of connect to chat trigger node, you're going to click on this and you're going to say define below, because the prompt is going to be coming in from our webhook here. Another important thing, you're going to click on the properties, add option. We need to give this a system message. A system message is basically the prompt for this AI agent to give it an instruction on what it's supposed to do. So let me go ahead and actually go back to my community, and I'm just going to, this is the, and it's an AI agent prompt. I'm just going to copy this, come back here and paste it. So let me expand this for you now. There you go. So basically I'm saying you're a helpful assistant who responds to user requests in a fun, friendly, and professional way. Today's date is now. This is a defined schedule or a defined function that n8n already has. This is basically providing it today's date and time. Guidelines, I'm saying web and information queries for general purposes. Use SERP API to fetch results from Google search, right? This is just giving the instruction for this AI agent to use the tool that it has access to. These two are very, very important, the booking part, right? So if an appointment is being requested, first check the get events tool to see if that requested meeting time is available. And if it is available, then use the book meeting tool to create the appointment and send that confirmation, right? If the time is not available, provide all of the available times. So this is basically telling the AI agent that, first of all, you need to check the calendar to see if that requested time is available. And if it's not, then give the user additional times that it's available. And then afterwards, it can use the second, which is basically named it book meeting, to schedule that appointment. So very simple, but yet very powerful. Okay, so afterwards, the last step is using respond to webhook, because we need to send that information back to the front end using respond to webhook. So you're going to click on the plus button. You're going to look for respond to webhook right here. And I'm just going to say, instead of responding with first incoming item, I'm just going to say raise JSON below. And I'm just going to get rid of this and I'm going to paste this. So what this does, and you can, again, same thing, copy and paste this, pause the video here. This just says that we need to stringify the information, the output from the AI agent. So that way it's an actual JSON. So that way we can send it to the front end properly and it doesn't give any kind of error. This is just a code. You can feel free to copy this. Okay. Everything else, you're going to leave the same. And one more thing inside the webhook, you're going to go and change this. So this was what it was test. Oops. Respond immediately. You're going to using respond to webhook node. Make sure you change that. Okay. And then afterwards, you got to make sure that all of the information that's coming in from the front end. So right here, as we can see, so this is what the webhook information was being sent. So let me just go back so I can show you exactly what this is. Let me take a look at this JSON. There you go. So if I go to the bottom, so this was that information that's coming in from the front end. Actually, the better way to take a look at this, I'm just going to double click inside the AI agent. So if I go to the left hand side here and scroll down, the body, so this is this information just like you saw in the demo, John Doe, the phone number, the request, right? The email, the time, the date, all of that is coming in from the front end using that webhook. And so for the prompt, all I'm doing is I'm literally just dragging this, right? Like if I drag and drop this, as you can see, all of that information comes through. So let me get rid of that. Let me actually, let's say I drag the phone number. And as you can see on the right hand side, it shows that phone number. So this is basically all of that information that's coming in to us via the webhook. So that's why I'm doing name, phone number, email, date, and time. And I'm just, dragging each one here. So that's how you can do that. And the same thing, the system message, the same one that you saw. And as you can see right here, afterwards, it reaches out to our Google Calendar. It checks to make sure that that time is available. And then it uses this book meeting or this book tool to be able to book that particular meeting there. So very, very simple, very easy when it gets incorporated properly. Same thing with the front end. Like once this is now you can test this out and basically send that information back just like I tried in the demo. And if you run into any kind of issues, you can just go back and forth between the chat here with your Gemini and say, hey, this one's not working, or hey, change this, so that way the agent says something particular. So that's kind of the beauty of vibe coding. You could just use natural language to go back and forth there. So that's kind of like the whole setup there. Now, obviously, this is just for demo purposes. This is just for setting up a demo, let's say for a client. Now, if you want to build production ready voice agents, of course, you need to use something like a Retail. And if you're interested in learning that, I have an entire course on Retail AI, which is the best no-code platform for building voice AI agents for your real clients. We have an entire step-by-step course, and most importantly, we have our Retail certification because we are a partner with Retail, and a lot of our members get certified, where then they could be listed in Retail AI's certification website. So that way you can use this to get clients. And as you know, we have multiple people who use this certification and the course to basically get their first client. I mean, anywhere between like your first 1,000 to 20, something like a 22,000 voice bid that Libis recently closed. So lots of opportunity in this space. Feel free to check out the community. And if you're new to NA10 as well, I have an entire NA10 beginners course, intermediate, advanced, and of course, vibe coding codes with Lovable, Gemini, and all the other resources. So feel free to check out the community. Again, all the resources, the link will be in the description for the community. So hopefully I'll see you inside. Hopefully you found this helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.